Basically, I traded one addiction for another. I went from drug addiction to helping people. And this one's a lot more fun. So we're gonna go up to a homeless camp that's up by Santa Rita Park. What's going on with you guys? I'm a full-time outreach person. I spend my days in the parks, the streets, the deserts, the shelters, the washes, working with folks that were in the same boat that I was 7 years ago.
Over the past 20 years, Old Pueblo Community Services has assisted over 20,000 veterans, previously incarcerated individuals, and people who are chronically homeless. Through outreach, housing, counseling, and case management, we help them find their way home.
Everybody has their own unique situation. And that's what's so fun in my job, is learning and figuring out how to work with each individual's unique situation to find that solution that's going to work for them the first time. I've had veterans that we brought in from the bush that have been out there for over 30 years. They don't do well in programs. They don't do well around people. They don't do well when somebody tells them no, because they just give up and walk away. And that's the hardest thing, is to make sure that the person doesn't just give up and walk away. How long have you been on the streets now?
Well, I'm already, I finished 6 years. I'm going into 7 years now.
7 years.
Most living on the streets either aren't aware of their options or they're unable to navigate the system. Our outreach staff meet them where they are, they build trust, and then help connect them to the services most appropriate to their needs today.
It's not as bad this year.
No.
We're the first one in all of Tucson to do a low demand shelter, which basically means you come as you are, you work with our case manager, and we'll figure out some way to get you off the streets and into housing.
One of the things that makes Old Pueblo Community Services unique is our low barrier bridge housing, which provides immediate safety for those who may not be able to access traditional shelter because of pets, possessions, partners, or untreated mental illness.
Old Pueblo does everything from outreach to the streets to home ownership, with wraparound services all the way up the line. So the real thing that I really like about Old Pueblo, number one, is they're an organization of second chance. With criminal background like I have, and a few of my other coworkers that I know of have, getting that second chance to be able to do something is what kept us from going back into that life, and I'm so thankful for it.
On any given night, nearly 400 people are off the streets and living in one of our 11 recovery communities and over 100 individual homes. They are served by over 80 licensed therapists, case managers and peers that are supported by administrative and facility staff.
There for a couple of days, people were leaving dishes in the sink, but the last couple of days, you guys have been doing all right. The house is pretty clean. Old Pueblo Community Services is here to help the guys coming out of prison, help the guys that have alcohol and drug issues. When I got out of prison, I paroled right to the Bellevue property. I graduated and I put in an application to become a house manager. It's helping me to stay sober. I've had problems with drinking and drugs since I started when I was 14. I've been clean almost 5 years now. Through me helping the other guys, it gives me more incentive to stay clean and sober also.
What brought you over to Old Pueblo Community Services?
I've been doing 8.5 years, and I wanted a new start.
I got sentenced to 9.25 years in prison. There was a representative from Old Pueblo that came and did a presentation, and she was talking about the programs they have here and stuff.
How has Old Pueblo helped you?
Well, I'll tell you the honest truth. In the past, I've been to halfway houses before when I got out. And here, it's really fantastic, I think. I mean, it's nice. It's a clean environment.
Mike has done really well in the program. He got out of prison and came here. Mike got a job right away, I think a couple of days after he was here. He has been consistently making his groups, his one-on-one therapies, his group therapies, his outside meetings that he needs to do. He has been doing those very well. And he's been a good influence around the house here.
Another key housing solution is our transitional programs for those re-entering the community from incarceration. Thousands of men and women are stepping through the gates of jails and prisons each year in Pima County, only to face major obstacles to housing and employment. The wellness and safety of our community depends upon how we respond.
I'm a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. I went to my first duty station, which was Okinawa, Japan. I was there a couple of days before I got invited to a party by two girls and was gang raped at the party. And since then, my life has gone downhill. I can't hold a job. I'm in and out of psych wards. I try to kill myself. I've been homeless in the past 24 years, at least 7 of those years. I have post-traumatic stress. I have severe anxiety, severe depression. I discovered Old Pueblo Community Services through Cliff Wade, who is a veteran also. I was living on the streets when I met Cliff Wade. I tend to go into the desert. We met outside the homeless department at the VA. He found out I was homeless and immediately got me shelter that night. I've been blessed and I've been helped. And seriously, without Old Pueblo, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
We envision a future in which all have the opportunity to reside in safe and affordable housing. Unfortunately, we're not able to help everyone who's seeking our assistance. Through your generous giving, your advocacy and your partnership, we can serve all who seek our help and end homelessness together.